our pockets overflow with sparklers that I would like to enlighten on a fiery night and make our lives brighter. Oh, 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 no, I have not let my jolly heart be open to someone as striking as you. Before I fear that you'd not think me dear enough to deal you delight. I like to think I'm confident and caring, but all my self-doubt sprung about when I looked upon those bespectacled eyes. Oh, I find it frightening. Oh, 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 I daze around, dream cloudy like a poet, thinking of ways I can turn a Monday day into shimmering song. This romance never rests long. It's like a sneeze inside a pepper pot that will not pipe down. Oh, I try to forget it, but as yet I cannot. My creaky heart is opening. Ourselves in the city that raven built for us to keep us. When we first met in the city, I had no idea what had hit me. Oh, I thought it was just love, no. I revealed and beheld all the universe in me. It knelt before me like a night before the queen. I know other entities made merry with my feelings, dancing snowflakes sweetly to my feet, to my feet. But he couldn't care, and that made me fight, 'cause I wanted love dearly, but it wasn't quite the thing that I thought it might be to me, and it hurt me so fearfully, but I stayed inside of the only way that we can stay in safety. Oh, the raven would revel at the ruins, and the doors to low. Raven wanted war, and if the door of delights makes the raven see red, so I keep flowing steadily and holding on tight to the only is heavy. I just cannot part from the only way that we can stay in safety. Now I know why he wouldn't stay with me. Oh, as my heart it landed, baby, there's no way to go back to the tiny feelings that I held before. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm Nancy Elizabeth, and I'm going to talk a little bit about my creative process and how I write songs. And then I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, actually, I don't know. I don't know how I write songs. Now, as I've been trying to figure out how to explain it, I kind of thought I've got to go back to when I was 5. But don't worry, I'm not going to go through my whole life story. So I think that I've always written music ever since I was really small. I don't know if I don't know what it's like to be anyone else. So I have a feeling that everybody kind of does this. But when I was young, I used to like make up little melodies in my head all the time, and I didn't know what I was doing because I was kind of too young to know. And I used to get all the pots and pans out of my mum's cupboard. She didn't like it when I did that. And just like drum on them because they all make different sounds. And that's kind of still what I do, really. But now I'm an adult and I can write lyrics, and I've got instruments around me. So it's kind of the same spirit. That's what I do. The start of me writing a song comes from listening, basically. I listen to the world around me. Listen to not just instruments, but I still play pots and pans actually, and woks are great. They're the best. So that's how I started off when I was young and making up little melodies. And then when I was about 8 years old, I was like, "Oh, can I have a piano?" And my mum was like, "No," because she thought it was just a whim, and like we didn't have that much money, and she was worried that she'd spend money on something I wouldn't pursue. But then a few years later, she said, actually, one of my friends is getting rid of this piano, so we got this piano. And I then got lessons. If a child wants to learn how to play an instrument, it's good to get them lessons. So that was brilliant, learning about piano and how the notes relate to each other and everything. But after about 3-4 years of that, I started to get really kind of bogged down with all the conventions of it, and you must play this way, you must learn this way. And I had a great teacher, but I didn't really like being taught. It was almost like trying to keep a bird in a box. That's how I felt. Although at the time I was maybe just a grumpy teenager. So I stopped playing piano then, and I thought that was it. And then I found a guitar, and I was like, right, no one's ever taught me this, so I can do what I want on it. No one's ever taught me what's wrong. So I used to play piano across my knee, guitar across my knee, not as you should play it, because I thought, why do I have to play it like this? It still makes a great noise if you've got it flat. But then I realized actually there is a reason why people hold it like this. It's much easier. So then, I started to teach myself a little bit of guitar, and it was like I was free to create melodies with this guitar and everything. So I started to write on that. Completely allergic to the piano. I couldn't even play piano because it brought up all that feeling of this is right and this is wrong and I do it wrong, which is horrible. So then later on, I started sort of collecting instruments by accident. I got a hammered dulcimer from Thailand, which is called a kim. Don't have a clue how it works. Don't know if I'm playing it right, but I've got one of those, and I make sounds with it and write with it. And then later on, when I was about 20, after going through all that, I sort of fell in love with the harp. So I managed to save up and get a little harp. And that was great because I didn't have a clue what I was doing, so I was able to write on that as well. But then as the years have gone past, now I'm 29 now, I've come back to the piano, and I can safely say I absolutely adore the piano, and it's amazing because what I learned then is actually really useful. You know, I can use that, but I don't have to depend upon it, and I don't have to. I kind of think I'm more confident now. I'm confident enough to go. I don't mind if this is right or wrong. It's just what I want to do, which I'm glad. I'm glad that I've got to that stage. But yeah, I'm still always tinkering about with things that I don't really understand and using it to create with, and that's about it really. That's how I start my melodies, and then my lyrics. Not all my music has lyrics, but lyrics tend to come from, my ideas about life, basically. So that my lyrics have changed radically over the years as well, because my ideas about life have changed, as they do as life goes on. I think pivotal moment happened when I was just before I turned 21. I met a life philosophy which completely changed the way that I saw my life, and then that was really when I started writing. And I took on a life mentor as well that came with this philosophy, and he's called Daisaku Ikeda, and I'm very grateful to him for teaching me everything about life that enables me to write music. So I'm going to play one more song, and this song is called Indelible Day, and this is about my life mentor. The dawn of this indelible day is steeped in the sparkles of history's blazes. Everything is changing, people are awakening. The dawn this morning will never be forgotten. I was woken last night by a man on the street singing, money can't buy love. Well, I don't have either, but maybe it was your voice drifting from the peak. I promise I will always seek you. I will live a life so beautiful that no one could doubt you, no one could doubt you. This is not a trial run or a rehearsal. I live it like a demon, live it like I mean it. It's hard to imagine what it will be like when all we have known is the darkness of night. But there is a landslide sliding inside, so I know things are changing. I can sense the light of a golden sphere with ubiquitous rays. It's rising up on a glorious age. Here's to a tour de force for the future. The dawn this morning will never be forgotten. The dawn of this indelible day is steeped in the sparkles of history's blazes. Everything is changing, people are awakening. The dawn this morning will never be forgotten. Thank you for listening.